Do you think the American owners should have given Kenny Dalglish at least one more season to probably?
I think in football now, I think it's it's such a big business. I think you need to. You need to hit the ground running. You need to win everything straight away. From an individual point of view, I think I think you're spot on. I think you're not going to get stability and success by just changing the manager all the time. But you can see where the owners come from. They want success and they want it now. And if I'm putting millions into the club, then I can do whatever I want. Not necessarily everyone agrees with it, but you can understand why they do it.
But now with the 39-year-old on board, they say they wanted a young manager. Now they've got him. Do you think what sort of changes personally do you think you'd like to see Rodgers make at Anfield?
I don't really know, to be honest. I hope he just comes in and he does well and he plays the type of football which got him all the plaudits. Swansea last year were called Swans alone in the Premier League because of just the way they played football, the way they attacked, the way they played against teams. So I think if he comes to Liverpool and plays like the way he has done in the past, i.e. Swansea, then I think the fans are onto a good thing. And Liverpool fans, they're very clever. They know what they want, and if a manager's trying to play the right football, then I think he'll have a little bit more time. I think he's not going to be changed. Certainly after the season, I think he will be given time.
Do you think that he's got the personnel to get Liverpool back up where they want to be, or does he have to make some big changes?
I think so. Liverpool finished down the pecking order last season. We as supporters, we want them to finish as high up, and we want them to win the league. But if you can't, we want them to finish in the Champions League. Some of the players didn't perform last year. I think that's not me being horrible, or that's me being a realist. Towards the end of the season, some of the players started to play better, but it was a little bit too late. I think he'll come in. I think he'll need to buy a few players, but that doesn't guarantee that you're going to move up the tables, because I think the teams that finished above Liverpool last season will also buy players. So I think you're also playing catch up on that part as well.
You think Brendan will be given the resources he needs to go out and get the players he wants?
I think so. They've obviously backed him. He's the man that Liverpool have wanted. I'm sure he's had his reasons for coming, and part of having a little bit of money to spend in a transfer kitty will be one of the reasons why he's chose Liverpool.
Just going back to the first answer on the sort of win now mentality that's sort of starting to pervade in the Premier League. Do you think that's a symptom of some of the new owners that have come in who maybe don't have the football background, but...
No, I disagree. I think it's just not because they're American. I think any owner, whether it be Asian, Middle Eastern, I think everyone wants to come in and they want success straight away. It's not a bad trait to have. I think we all want to do well, and we all want it now. But football is a business now. I think there's no doubt about it. You have got to be successful straight away, and I think it's just fortunately, that's just the way it works at the minute.
England's already got 2 wins under its new manager, Roy Hodgson. What's your take on the new boss?
He weren't my first choice, if I'm being honest. But I think you can't argue with his record. He's played 2-1-2. He's not conceded a goal. We watched the game last night. It wasn't the greatest game in the world, and England never set the world on fire and that. But they looked solid. They looked, as much as Belgium had a lot of the ball last night. They didn't really look like scoring, to be honest. So that's credit to Roy Hodgson and the team, because I think the first port of call when you try to win games is not to concede, and England look solid enough to be fair.
From a former striker's point of view, the likes of Welbeck, Ashley Young, Rooney after the third game onwards, and Andy Carroll, who would you think is the best partnership up front?
I don't think he's going to play a partnership. He's obviously going to play one up front. And I think I was impressed with Jermaine Defoe last night when he came on. I think he looked good. His movement was good. He caused he had a few chances. He caused their defence a few problems. So I don't know. I think with Jermaine Defoe in the Premier League, I think you guarantee goals, and Obviously international football is slightly different, but I think he can get you a goal. So I mean, it wouldn't be amiss to play him, to be honest.
You've dabbled a bit in coaching with Milton Donskins as well as a bit with the Reds in terms of the striking department. Do you foresee a road into coaching?
Yeah, I mean, I was also obviously player manager over in Thailand as well, so I enjoyed it. I mean, you cannot play forever, and obviously coaching and management is probably the next step up for for players. I've obviously had my time as a player, and I do want to stay involved in the game. Yeah, I did enjoy my time, coaching. So yeah, let's hope it's a step for bigger and better things for me.
Robbie, just going back to the England situation, when you were playing, we had an embarrassment of riches up front, the likes of Alan Shearer, Teddy Sheringham, yourself, Michael Owen, Ian Wright, the list goes on and on and on. Nowadays, there seems to be a bit of a sort of dearth in striking talent in England. What do you make of the current sort of striking situation, and what seems to have happened to the England development of players?
It might have something to do with formations, the way teams are playing. I think most teams now are playing with a lone striker, which I think it doesn't help. It doesn't benefit really, many people. Admittedly, it's not me being big-headed or egotistical. The players now are obviously not as good as the talent that we had. When I was playing, I mean, I couldn't get a game for him because the strikers were that good. But I think different eras, different players, different talents. I think that the strikers nowadays in the Premier League and the international, I think the slightly different breed of players when I was in my prime.
There are 5 Liverpool players in the England squad. Given the poor season Liverpool had this season, does that say more about the standard of the England team, or that Liverpool really did underperform this season?
Well, I think they underperformed strongly. Liverpool. I mean, the players on paper are all fantastic, and I think if you look at the previous seasons, all the players have done exceptionally well. Admittedly last year was not great for many of them. But as you say, there's 5 of them in the England squad. I think that speaks volumes. So I know caps get banded about a little bit easier now, but the fact is that players are getting capped. I think different managers see different things in different players. So Roy Hodgson's picked the 5 players, but Fabio Capello was also picking the 5 players. So there's 2 England managers straight away who picked the players. So obviously they're not as bad as what some people are making out.
Commentators yesterday were using the words functional, practical, solid to describe the England team. Is this something we're going to have to look forward to under Roy Hodgson? This is generalist style? Well,
it looks that way. I'm a supporter. I want England to do well, and I want them to win well by playing great football. But by the 2 games that I've witnessed, I don't think we're going to see that. I think we're going to see professional performances, and I think we're going to set up not to concede goals. And good and well, if you don't concede goals, then you've got half a chance of winning a game. So I think that's the way we're going to set up.
Okay, last question, Steve.
How do you think England will do, and who do you think will win Euro 2012?
I think England will struggle, to be honest. Well, when I say struggle, I think they'll get out of the group, but I don't think it'll be as easy. I think when the groups were announced, I think England were rightly added as favourites, and but I think the French have come on in leaps and bounds. I think they may win the group. But I mean, the European teams at the minute are all exceptionally good. The Germans, the Spanish, the Dutch, who are all on top of the game. But I mean, as an England fan, I do want them to do well. I do want them to win, but I can't see past the Germans, if I'm being honest.
Thanks everyone.
Thanks, Robbie.